Asante sana. Thank you. Let's be seated, please. Bwana asifiwe. God is good all the time. Ama mjanizoea hivi? Niko aje? Imeweza? You know, today, when it had been a while ago when the team from Disaster had asked me to fit out a uniform. And I told them wearing a uniform is a thing of respect. Ukiona tukivaa nguo hii ni kumaanisha tunaheshimu kikosi na kazi ambao wanafanya. It is not something to be done as a joke or as an aspiration, but to be taken seriously. And that is why I told them I will do it when we have an event that is actually recognizing and celebrating the work of our firefighters. And so I want to thank you for the honor that you have bestowed upon me. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure to preside over this passing out parade. And allow me to begin by congratulating all our graduates, to congratulate you all for the diligent work and the diligence that has brought you to a successful end of your training. Hongera. Let me also recognize and thank your families and your friends, wale ambao wamekuja na wale ambao hawajaweza kuja, those who are back at home. Because when a child succeeds, it is a community that celebrates. It has taken a whole community to raise you to where you've reached, and that today it's a matter of pride for them that you've finally gone to the next level as an officer of the Nairobi City County Government. I must also commend your instructors for a job well done. They have taken young Kenyans and molded them into dependable public servants. I want to specially thank the Chief Officer, Bram Simiyu, for the amazing transformation that we have witnessed in this sector. Bram is one of the best top-performing officers in the county government of Nairobi. Congratulations. When I appointed Bram to this sector, I knew he had never done it before. But today he is the global expert of disaster management. He has transformed it from just the one single track thinking that was there before to thinking about the holistic nature of disaster management. Hongera sana. I want to thank also, please you may be seated. I want to thank your directors who have had many are acting, and we are working on that. Asanteni sana for the work you're doing. And today, Acting Director Amos Otwal, it's his birthday. So, watu wajui ni birthday yake, siku tumwambie happy birthday. Happy birthday, Otwal. And it's in a very, na keki sijui iko wapi, mbona, nitawapangia keki ya birthday yake. At least we enjoy na our graduates wetu. Congratulations, please have your seats. I want to highlight the risk, the sacrifice that this job asks of you. You'll continually, dear graduates, have to risk yourselves for the sake of lives, for the sake of property, and the health of other people. There is no small thing. That is not a small thing. It takes courage, it takes patriotism, it takes self-control. You have shown those qualities. But I want to thank you for choosing to use those qualities, not for your own advancement, but for the people of Nairobi. Asanteni sana. Now, we will not ease your work, but we will ask you to go beyond that and engage with the community of Nairobians. You need to help us to teach the people of Nairobi about fire safety and preparedness, as well as how to react when disaster happens. We want to do these drills in our estates, in our schools, in our churches, so that we can give Nairobians information. Today I have learned as well that walisema kuna njia mbili ya kuzima moto ya gas. Vile niliona ya kwanza nikasema hiyo ya pili, hata kabla nione nisema hiyo ya pili ndo nitafanya, because I can't imagine putting my finger on a burning gas cylinder. But just how brave you are and the information you have is a gift that we must starting with the community here, that we can teach our children in school about fire drills like we used to do when I was in primary school and secondary school. And Bram, I hope that in this financial year, we will see more outreach work done by this sector, county secretary, make sure that they go more out into the society and into our wards. Asante. In short, we need to do everything we can do to prevent disasters, to be ready in case of disasters when fire breaks out, and not to leave all the work to you. All of us should be able to have the capacity to do our part before you come to the scene of a disaster. In return, I can promise you two things. The first is new investment in the resources you need to help you do your work. I will do all I can to make sure that you have the resources and the equipment you need, and we will continue to review the position so that you don't fall behind, as had happened in the past few years. We take safety seriously, and we won't let the standards fall. Thank you. The second promise, and I'm pleased to be able to give it, is that the Center of Excellence, not just for Nairobi, but for this region, will be launched soon. I said that we won't let standards fall, and one way to do it is to make sure that this new Center of Excellence, where we will train various safety and disaster response professionals, the better, to ensure our city can be able to protect itself, and to even be able to train people from other counties and other countries. This will be the first Center of Excellence on disaster preparedness and fire response in East and Central Africa. Watu watoke Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda, Burundi, South Sudan na Kenya mzima waje kutreniwa hapa Molem. Imagine, dunia mzima wanakuja kutreniwa hapa. I am very excited by this prospect, and I look forward to announcing its opening very soon as we put together in place the requirements that are needed for that. It is important for us to make sure that our people are well taken care of so that they can be proud of the work they do daily. I remain committed, dear firemen and women, the ones who are graduating and the ones who have been there. I remain committed to improving your working facilities and welfare to ensure our firemen and women work in a dignified environment. When I visited Tomboya Station late last year, the state of accommodation for our women was deplorable. The women were actually sleeping at the reception. That is where they were staying. There was no dormitory for the women. I promised that we will address this, and I can say that we will soon commission the new fire women dormitories in the Tomboya fire station. Our fire women must work under dignified conditions. We will also make sure that the men's side is brought up to standard, so that you can stay in a place of dignity, a place that is nice, it is clean, and you also feel that you're valued by the county government. Plans are underway to restore the iconic Tomboya fire station. It opened its doors in 1909, 114 years ago. As part of restoring it is to restore all the artifacts that it holds. This fire station is part of the story of Nairobi, and we want to have a museum that allows our people and tourists to learn more about the city. I know recently one of our colleagues was trying to put up business structures around there, and I think they had gotten some level of approval, and I said, we can never put stalls, containers kwa fire station ya Tomboya. Hapana. That is an icon of our city. Please, let's protect our city's icons. Even as we're helping people to trade, let us know where the balance is and where the difference is. That is an icon of the city of Nairobi. It is older than the city, 1909. You know, it is older than the country, sorry, because Nairobi is older than the country. But let us protect it, let us bring it up to standard, and let us make sure each and every of our fire stations and facilities are brought up to standard. I have asked the chief officer why this red looks imeparara kidogo. Vile ilizunduliwa ilikuwa red, deep red. Saizi imeparara, you know, this is the facade people can see when they move around. Let us paint these buildings, Let us make sure inside we have the facilities, all the equipment is working, the oxygen is working, so that we can say if it's truly a center of excellence, it is a center of excellence. Yeah? We must live to that. And you know I am very keen about brand and about how we show ourselves out there. Thanks to Bram and his team, there's been reorganization in this department. It is no longer just a response unit. It is now more of a disaster risk reduction unit that focuses on disaster mitigation, on building community resilience, and sensitizing the community about disaster preparedness. It is for this reason that the chief officer of this unit is heading our El Nino preparedness team, working with other sectors in the county. And I again want to thank you, Bram, for leading. He has been leading the multi-sector El Nino preparedness team for Nairobi that includes Green Army, it includes mobility, asante sana, to ensure that we are ready for the rains and to address issues arising. If we did not have this team, together with the Green Army, by now the city would have completely been flooded, as you've seen in other parts of the country. But wameng'ang'ana. Si mnaona vijana wetu wakikuwa kwa mitaro, wakitoa uchafu kwa drainage. That team is being led by Ibrahim and by Bram, together with mobility. That work is commendable. Keep at it. The weather forecast is now that the next 3 weeks ndo mvua sasa itanyesha kabisa Nairobi. So let us not drop the ball. Let us up the ante. Tuzidi na watu wa Nairobi tunaendelea kuwaomba tuache mambo ya illegal dumping. Tuache kutupa takataka mahali haifai. Na wale ambao wanajua wanakaa mahali maji nafaa kupita, tafadhali sasa mtoke. In the next 3 weeks, the level of rain in the city is going to be unprecedented. We are ready as a county. We have prepared. We have used the resources well. But also as citizens, there is a part that you will need to play. The efforts in the past couple of months have been crucial. And I'm happy to announce that the next cohort of the young people of the Green Army is soon to be announced and to be shortlisted. We're adding another 1,000 onto the team that has been there, As part of reorganization, a part of the reorganization of the department has been to bring order and discipline. There have been reforms in the fire and rescue services, but discipline has been restored. Standing orders that were there for a disciplined force have been reintroduced. That's improving the response time and bringing back professionalism in the department. For the new cohort, you have worked hard and diligently to complete your course. You are now entering a new career. Remember, always, the office that you have entered is a dignified office. Remember the history of the service which you now have the honor of joining. That service has a proud history, and many of those who have served in it have made great sacrifices for the public good. I want to remember and appreciate the extraordinary service. In many parts of the world, the most respected public officers are firemen. If you go to the United States of America, you would rather even touch a policeman but not a firefighter. Isn't it? It is the same in the UK and many parts of the world. You're the only people who, when we see a fire, the human instinct is to run away. You run towards it to sort it out. We will make sure that you're also treated with the same commensurate dignity and respect for the work that you do. And as fireman number 1, as you can see today, I will make sure that I lead that charge of restoring respect and honor to our firemen and firewomen. Na wananchi wa Nairobi, hawa vijana wetu na kina dada, haizi kuwa wakija mtaa kuzima stima, kuna wale ati wanawafokea. Hawa tusiwenda wazimu, ati wametoka bila maji. Hakuna time wanatoka bila maji. Maji huisha haraka sana wakati wa moto. Hawezi kuwa ati wametoka na magari kuja kuangalia moto bila maji. They come, they do their best, ikiisha, waende, waongeze, warudi. Mnafaa kushirikiana nao. Tukiwahi pata mtu ambaye amemjeruhi, ama amemuumiza, ama ametupa mawe kwa moja wa hawa, tutadili na yeye kama mtu ambaye amefanya mada, tutadili na yeye kama mwizi wa mabavu. We will protect our fire servicemen and women because the work they do is a sacrifice. Tuwasaidie, tufanye nao kazi. Nakumbuka mwaka wa 2015-16 hapo, wakati kuna nyumba ilianguka Huruma, na nilikuwa hapo, nilikuwa mbunge. Nilikaa hapo siku 3, kutoka usiku tukisaidiana na vijana na firemen wetu na watu wa jeshi kusaidia kutoa wale ambao walikuwa wamekwama. Tulipata watoto 47 ambao walikufa. Lakini ili kuweza kunusuru wale tulinusuru, ilikuwa kwa sababu kabla ya kuanza, hawa firemen wetu walishirikiana na community. Nakumbuka wakati huo sikuwa senator, hata nilikuwa tu mbunge nominated. Nilinunua mashine ya kukata chuma, mlitusaidia, tulinusuru maisha. That is the reason why when I got into Senate, nilitunga sheria ambayo inaitwa National Disaster Management Authority Bill, kuhakikisha kuna coordination. Saa ingine tunapata mkasa, unapata jeshi wamekuja, polisi wamekuja, firemen wetu wamekuja, na hakuna central command. Na wakati hakuna central command, watu wanagongana. Sheria hiyo wakati huo tuleta na Senator Mutula, ikaenda National Assembly. Nafikiri nitafuatilia na Mheshimiwa Ichung'wah kuhakikisha ya kwamba we have that county disaster management with the national government. So there is coordination, there is training, there is early warning, signals, and there is sensitization. But it is that time that I really recognized and appreciated ile kazi mnafanya, sio kazi rahisi. Hawa kina dada nimeona wakishuka hapo, jameni. Wako wapi? Wewe ndio ulishuka hapo? Sasa mimi ni fireman 1, itabidi nikuje training kuanzia next week. Munifunze vitu 2-3. Nipatie course kidogo. Hata labda anaweza kuwa number 1 in theory, like the one who was number 1 in theory. Practical nitakuachia Bram. Wewe ndio utafanya mambo ya practical. But long and short is that we must really, and I'm glad this is the second time we've come for graduation here. I'm proud of you. We will keep coming. Najua last year nilitoa ahadi ya kwamba wale ambao walikuwa the best, I asked that they enter at a better level. I'm told the board is still working on that. It has taken too long. It is very disconcerting that has not been done. County Secretary, ensure it is done. For the 6, were there 6 or 7? There are 6 of them. We will make sure it is done. I will talk to the chairman of the Public Service Board. For you who graduate today, you must ensure that you do not fall below the standard set by your predecessors who are distinguished. If you let their example guide your service, and if you constantly keep in mind the Constitution and the values it requires of public officers, then your careers will be distinguished, and you will have honored the friends and family who came here to celebrate with you today. Let me once again commend you all for successfully completing your training and wish you well as you commence your service. Tuwapigeni makofi. Watu wa Embakasi West pia, asanteni kwa sababu mna host soko yetu kubwa, mna host hii training center yetu. Thank you, because a lot of things must accrue to you ambao labda bado zote hazijafika kwenu. Tutahakisha ya kwamba nyinyi pia mfaidike. Isiwe tu ati mna host fire station yetu, mna host soko yetu, alafu mambo inawapita juu yenu. Hatutakubali. Kwanza nawashukuru sana watu wa Embakasi West. Nyinyi mlisimama na mimi, mlinichagua kwa kishindo, mlinipatia kura nyingi zaidi, nawashukuru. Tutazidi kufanya kazi na nyinyi. Mambo ambayo mheshimiwa umesema na pia mheshimiwa Mwenje ya hii shamba tutaangalia, because kazi ya hii mashamba yetu ni ya wananchi. The reason we have public utility is for the public to utilize, isn't it? So kama community imeona, the best thing we need there is a community center, na pia uwanja. Tutaangalia what is the best use of it, because pia kuna mahitaji ya asphalt plant, kuna mahitaji ya shule. We will do what is in the best interest of the people. Tufanye public participation kwa sababu shamba ni yenu. Lakini ile kitu lazima mnisaidie. Land grabbers ni wengi sana huko. Land grabbers ni wengi. Wagondi. Madingo. Na wengi hawajatoka hapa. Tafadhali mtusaidie shamba ya wananchi ibaki kuwa shamba ya wananchi. Msikubali mabwenyenye ambao wanatoka kwingine, wanakatiana mashamba, wanatafuta makaratasi gushi kuchukua hiyo shamba. Hapo ndo ta expand mashule kesho. Juzi nilikuwa hapa Superloaf nikipatia watoto lunch. Hawa watoto ni wengi. Hiyo shule lazima tuta expand. Nimesema mwaka huu tunajenga madarasa 500 kama county government. Kwa hiyo madarasa 500 na najua MCAs mtapitisha kwa supplementary. Ndio tulikubaliana na rais ya kwamba tunafanya 5000 classrooms in Nairobi for 3 years. Meaning kila mwaka tunafanya 1500. National government wanafanya 1000, mimi nafanya 500. Sasa tukipeana mashamba yote ya Nairobi kwa wakora, hiyo mashule itaenda wapi? Watoto wa Nairobi wanaumia kwa sababu wengi hawako kwa mashule yetu public. Wengi wako kwa shule ziko informal. Nairobi mzima we only have 209 schools. Yet kwa makaunti zingine kumeflood. Na pia Baraka. Sasa si mko kwa watu wa disaster hapa. Na wamesikia nimesema, sihitaji kusema kitu kingine. Tuangalie hapo tutengeneze hiyo Sakaja link road. Unajua ameita barabara Sakaja ndio nifanye haraka. Huyu ni mjanja. Lakini nyinyi mnajua kuchagua. Nyinyi mko mbele sana. Sasa alijua barabara kitu hivyo haitakwama. We will make sure ikamilike. Kwa sababu it is a very important link, inasaidia ina reduce time ya kwenda ile pande nyingine. Si ni kweli? So hiyo nitahakikisha imeharakishwa. We will make sure the contractor comes back. I'll instruct engineer Tirop, tafadhali CS, make sure that happens ili miradi ya huyu wa Nairobi ziendelee. Members wangu, vile niliwaambia nilipotoka Morocco, nilikaa na MCAs wote pamoja na deputy governor, nikamwambia kaeni pamoja. Hii siasa ndogo ndogo haikuna mali itawapeleka. Siasa tunajua, mimi unyamaza si ati sijui siasa. Siasa mimi nimekuwa chairman wa chama inaitwa TNA, chama tawala. Nimekuwa chairman wa Jubilee. Nimekuwa MP. Nimekuwa senator. Saizi mimi ni governor. Kunyamaza kwangu si ati sijui siasa. Naijua ni kujali watu wa Nairobi. Watu wa Nairobi wanataka maendeleo na wanataka tuwatumikie. Tuliomba kazi wametupatia. Mimi sina tashwishi. Na nyinyi msiingie baridi yoyote. Don't be worried. We have seen big things. Don't be worried at all. Sisi tuwazidi kutumikia watu wa Nairobi. Focus on your work. Focus on your work. Vitu ndogo ndogo isiwatishe. Hawa watu wa Nairobi ndo wanajua. Uongozi ilipeanwa na Mungu na watu wa Nairobi. Mtu asijaribu kuwatisha au msijaribu kutisha watu wa Nairobi. Sawa sawa? Si mko na imani watu wa Nairobi? We must make Nairobi work and we will make it work. Wakati tuliinua Biblia kule KICC, we took a vow to God that we will serve the people without fear or without favor, diligently. I want to assure the staff of Nairobi County Government and the citizens of Nairobi that your governor is firmly fulfilling that promise and will continue to fulfill that promise. Hatukuapa kwa jina ya mtu mwingine, tuliapa kwa jina la Mungu, Mwenyezi Mungu. Si ni kweli? Na watu wa Nairobi si mnaona kazi inaendelea? Na inaendelea vizuri. Nikipita barabara mavijana wananisimamisha. Tumewatoa kwa Dimanga. Walikuwa kwa mawe. Na wengi zaidi wanatoka kwa mawe. Tukaenda kwa hospitali jana ilikuwa jana majuzi nilikuwa Pumwani. Wamama wamefurahi. Wanajifungua saizi kwa mazingira ambayo ni safi. Kuna ma-CEO, kuna madawa, kuna lift. Mara ya mwisho lift kufanya kazi was 40 years ago. Ya kwenda theater, tumeka mpya, generator. Things are happening. Ukienda Mama Lucy hapa, haijai kuwa hivyo. Si ni kweli? Si nyinyi mnaendanga Mama Lucy? Si mambo siku hizi imeimarika? Mpaka tumefungua Umoja tu Eye Hospital. The first eye hospital public in East and Central Africa. Hakuna eye hospital ambayo ni public. Ukienda Kikuyu ni ya kanisa. Ukienda Lions ni ya NGO, ya serikali. So please members, stay focused. Let us stay focused on the goal that we have for the people of Nairobi. Nawapenda sana, na walombo tov, na warank. Tuendelee na Mungu awabariki. Asanteni sana.
Sodakta kabisa. Naomba sote tuweze kusimama. Asante sana Mheshimiwa Gavana kwa heshima ya wimbo wa taifa.